Welcome to season 2 of Sprunk Xtreme, and well, this is how it's going to be today. This is a tight track. Expect a lot of big crash and fast racing, and it is what it is. The torture is going to be strong with this one. I got to get back to the pack here. It's going to be tough to figure out who's actually in the lead for this, just because it's... Look at that. So RPM takes the lead. Skidding out. SAS Montana is another constant. So I know that he's going to be fast. I'm guessing the laps are going to come around and start getting lapped. I got to look at who's in the position. Okay, so Death is up front. 16 from SAS, so he's got the best lap. Whoa! Slipstream is on. Slipstream is on, and Ketchup is off. So for those of you thinking that it isn't, it isn't. And we're in the 99 laps in this track with the Hotring Sabre, and this track is probably one of the funnest. Oh! Another huge crash. RPM riding the wall like Spider-Man. SAS Montana finally pulls it back together, gets back into the race, and pulls it out. Just drives it in. So here's Death. Okay, so we're going to go over to Cowboy. A last-minute entry to pack here. Oh! Geezer in the pits. Trump over. M-roll wearing the other guy. M-roll. This is a true Bristol style track, and Giant Within facing the wrong way. So some people have recovered. Chewy, for instance, has recovered. Got back into his car and is whoa. So let's see now who we on. SAS Montana, and we're on Cowboy. So we're gonna move up to SAS. So here's SAS up with, I'm guessing is that RP or Giant? Who is that? Can't tell who that is up front there, or if that's even the guy that we think it is. So let's go back to Cowboy real quick. So everybody is like in the middle of this Bristol style track. They're trying to figure out where they are in the actual field to catch up and be able to use Slipstream to pull themselves forward. So the field is getting busy, and Trump's around again. And Emerald, you see that in the wall down there. We got some other guys in Giant Within. Oh, he's squirrely, and Cowboy rear ends him. There goes Death. RPM moved into the second position. So is that Ricky? Okay, so there's Ricky, there's Trump. And that's the thing is you gotta watch where a little bit of rear end bumping there. A little bump drafting, it is what it is. This is going to be incredible. We got a whole field here. A lot of people have bumped and rubbed their way towards the end of the track, but people are pulling it together here and getting it together. Oh, little bump draft in there. Rocketed towards Trump. Remember that he is in first. Oh, he's down. Death percent. Oh, upside down. RPM skids towards the center. Loses position to Montana. Where's Death? So we're going to move up to the first position. Because if not, you won't know where we're at. And there's Death putting a solid run down. Catching back up on Geezer. It's so many people packed in this race and going at so fast a speed. that it's difficult to tell who is what and how they're running. Oh, Giant. And Roll again was in the air. But Death is just running a solid run here. We're 19 laps in. There you go. Oh, Chewy! Spun him around. Ricky. Oh, Geezer's around. Ricky's behind him. Death has nothing but clear sailing right now. Oh, Death gets squirrely. Montana's back there. I'm pretty sure there's some fighting going on with that position. We're gonna see how these days. See, they're getting squirrely in the back end of that turn. Yeah, he's in the middle of the mess here. Ricky and Geezer. There you go. Big field here. Oh, look at that run he had up, but they ended up in the spinning off to the side there, just rolling across the wall. I'm going to start calling that the Spider-Man move as Geezer's around. So SAS is still there. RPM, third position. Cowboy, oh, getting squirrely again. I love this track. I really, like, I want to comment. I'm going to send a message. Geezer, oh, jeez. Trump into the wall, takes down Geezer twice in a row. So I want to commend the guy that made this track. We're going to be messaging him and letting him know that we're putting the race up during the week. I think this is going to be the Wednesday night race that you guys will be able to see on YouTube. And it just is... It's super impressive to be able to run this. We're going to keep this handy. Ricky's car has been damaged out. He's down by the track. There's Chewy trying to piece together his event. And now he's gotten a little bit of air. So we're going to move back over to Death, and then we're going to move to RPM again. This back end wall here has just become a problem. Chewy is in the pits. And I'm hearing that he slid into the pits, so he's going to have to walk it out. So now we got a pack up here that's... I don't even know what happened there. Yeah, all of a sudden Giant's having some issues with this car. Montana is closing in on the leader here. I don't know if he knows that he's actually there. But there, look at that rocket he got off of that. That slipstream pulled him hard. He's gunning for him. Look at, he's sneaking up on him. I'm guessing that's for the lead there. Where is... Yeah, oh, there you go, Death. Death perception. Oh, Chewy! Lap traffic ruined him. SAS was there. Did RPM take the position? Nope. RPM with the fastest lap. This has turned out to have been one of the busiest, most exciting races we've ever had in Sprunk, and the Xtreme One Cup is thankful for it. If we keep having races like this, we'll make sure that, you know, these racers get their due. Oh, they're due for it. As Ricky says, this is not what he wanted to see. If you get the chance to see his stream, he's got a really good stream that really does repeat some of the words that he does. And he's covering our event right now for active driving versus I put it on YouTube. I'm thinking about streaming a little bit more, but For now, we're going to keep it to the YouTube side of it because it's easier for me to edit and put everything in. Giant coming up high. And a little bit of bumping and rubbing. He's got a fast car right now. That's going to be tough to compete against. RPM is taking that position away from Montana. Let's see how far back he is from death. He's just solid run today. This is an amazing event. There's RPM. Oh, and he is slowly but surely sneaking up with death. Does he know he's there? Here he comes. Slipstream's coming in. There it is. There it was slipping back and forth. Ricky is on the track, but he's definitely laps down. There's that slipstream pulling him around. He's taking the high line to get a little bit slower, taking it, but then slowing it down. Got some lap traffic they're coming up on here. Death seems to have the line, but he's going to need there. That's it. Now you got to be able to grab him. Oh! I heard him say left side as he just crashed into him. I think RPM has found his line for tonight. And he's starting to make some distance on death. Oh, death. Getting into Emerald there. That slowed him down a lot. So we're currently on lap 42. And we have 99 laps that we're doing. Can death bring it back? Oh! RPM up on the wall. He's putting everything into this. Let's see. We're going to go to Montana, who had a solid run today. So he looks like is that, I gotta see who he's up with up there. There's Death off in the distance. So he's still gunning for Death. Cowboy up there. Where's Cowboy at in this position? Oh, Cowboy's in fourth. Wow. So they're already, that's a lap down right there, is Cowboy. So some people are saying that they're getting a hang of actually driving the turns here. Getting the guard from being squirrely as Cowboy turns it around. And there he is, Montana, once again looking down the barrel of Death Perception. And on his roof, Montana goes low to dodge him. And does so. Cowboy is in the center. Behind the wall, so he's probably having issues with his car. As Montana is using Ricky Bobby's slipstream, who's Ricky's, I think, a couple laps down because he had some issues earlier in the race. Trump's car has damaged out and is not going to be able to finish the race. Montana continues to drive in towards. Just got to stay out of Ricky's way right there. He is moving in on Death Perception. But Ricky takes that slipstream and moves ahead. Oh. That made him lose something. There's Cowboy, who's also lives with engine issues. And there's SAS Montana. Still got a group of guys over here that he's battling out with, but he's got Get my ass together here. There's Death and Royal. So that's M Royal. We're listening right now to a little bit of chatter between the drivers, to which there's been some issues with some car problems. Oh, Squirrely, high down on it. Is Montana going to be able to catch up? Yep, that's the run. Look at that. He drove right into him. How far ahead is RPM? Montana's using that slipstream, but Geezer's lap traffic's in the way. Goes high. Royal's traffic block there has put Montana into a position to get that slipstream, but he kind of lost it there. So Geezer's in the way, kind of boxed him in. But he is there now, so he's got that traffic back in the way again. Oh, and there it is. Montana's going to make that move right on the inside and take that position away. And Death is not taking kindly to it as he bump rubs the back end of his car. There it is. Oh, is he gonna push him? Geezer's coming in there too. He goes a little bit high, Montana does, to try to get away from the rough racing going on, but Montana's been able to pull ahead just enough to get away from Death. So let's look at the times right here real quick. So Chewy with the best lap, the 15.250 as he takes that position away. RPM with a 15.582, 15.752 is SAS with a 15.6. He's got a good run up there. RPM did. And it looks like and he drives through him. That wasn't good. And I'm going to just go right off of him because I'm sure he doesn't want to be looking at that crash because he was having a solid run there. So RPM is coming around the back end of the track with a massive run. I love taking as much track as he can. You see Giant and Death there, so he's going to lap Death if he doesn't flip over, crash, and take a huge endo flip. But he does have a solid leave, and he's almost lapped Death, so I think he's going to be good for a distance there. So Montana's got, we're going to go back to Chewy. Chewy has got the best lap so far in the race. Chewy actually does a iFruit series, which is a road course version of what we do here. It's a little bit different. It uses a lot of different techniques than you're probably accustomed to. Ricky, look at the two big crashes right in a row there. So here's M Royal, who currently doesn't have a sponsor, as he comes into Giant. Then the illustrious Ricky Bobby, who we saw crash momentarily ago, having a great time in his racing series, dominating in many different ways, but still having days where things don't actually go in his way. So he's going to stick to racing and pull it together and make something of it. We know he will because he keeps doing it. So there's Death in Montana once again fighting it out. So it's been an illustrious field today and a long race. I'm guessing that's the Death. Yep, there's a Death perception move. Giant spinning out again. Or I shouldn't say again. I didn't see him spin out the first time, but I'm pretty sure everybody in the race has spun out at some point here. Yeah, this is really the fight to watch right now because these guys have been battling it out for second and third over and over and over again. RPM has been able to move way ahead and has almost lapped Death Perception. So I pretty much think he's pretty much lapped most of the field in the race here. And both are squirrely as they come around the edge of the turn 2, I believe. And Death crash, and Montana puts into it, and there's another crash behind it. He's having a rough night. He's not been able to capitalize on anything, and it's really hurting him. So we're going to drop back to even Geezer. Oh, he's got Montana in the sights. Now, can he capitalize on Montana's mistakes? Montana has a very fast car. So, this is about lap 69, I believe. And we have 99 to go. There's Chewy. I think Montana's already moved way ahead. Or is it Montana? I had to check. So yes, Montana and Death. So we're going to move to Death Perception. Ooh, that shows you how rough that track is, how much it thumps as you're going around the corners. Like, just see that, the wheel coming through the wheel well. I can see RPM up there, but I'm pretty sure that's a lap RPM. So he's probably a lap ahead. But it wouldn't hurt to outrun him and get that position in that lap back. But you're not going to... Oh, split the... Oh, wow. What a way to save it. I think the next week we're going to do the atomic track. So, I think it's Bros' track, which is atomic. And, I mean, that would be... This is one good track to another, really, is how I like to roll it. Man, this is an amazing track. Just expect this track to make more than one appearance. So we see Giant. Oh, and that's the other thing is this is what it's. You have the slipstream options, but it's so difficult to make anything happen with that slipstream because of the way the track is, and people will pick it up, and it's throwing them around. It's actually beating on them. So if that's Death, yeah. So if Montana's in front, then wow, what a save. So that's RPM has passed. So RPM has actually gone around the track and is actually gunning for Montana. So is RPM going to be able to lap Montana is the question. He is making amazing speed around this track. It's so impressive to watch him go. Oh! There's Death and Giant. The number 5 car. It's such a good car. It looks so good with that color scheme on it. RPM is just it just reminds me of one of those races, and I hate to pull up any kind of company that's like this, but It reminds me of a Richard Petty race that was a long time ago where, or maybe it was Kelly Yarborough, one of the guys that like just he knew how to take that track right. He had the right car, the right sponsor, and ended up doing the whole race like one lap ahead. Very what do you call it? Lightning McQueen-esque of RPM right now. Does he need a pit crew? I don't know. Chances are no. I think it's because he doesn't stop in the pits during these races. But if he has any truck friends, we'll let you know. Regardless, RPM is making a flawless and, well, not flawless because it's one of those tracks that doesn't allow people to be flawless. But I'm sure they're getting enough practice that the next time they see it, they'll be in a better position to be more flawless. I don't know if this is one of those tracks. It's so hard that it's like, especially with the rough edges, you ask yourself, can there be, a clean version of this race? And that's the question. I don't think there can be. Giant is around again, and this time I really mean it. Okay, so we're going to see Montana Depth Perception. See where Montana is in this race. Hey, the good news. So I think, see, he's faster. So there's Depth Perception. That's lap? Yeah, that's lap traffic too. So he's looking to lap him too. But RPM is pretty much on the other side of the track right now. And that's it. Finish, finish, finish. What an amazing race. A clinic was put on today by RPM on some slipstreaming racing. And with Montana, who ran a clean race, Depth Perception ran a solid race. On the whole, everybody should have been proud of their performance today. As we stay with the number 5 car as it runs around the track for its big run. Is he going to make it to the finish line? I'm thinking he is. I mean, it's not that big a race. Oh, we're not even in the countdown section yet. We got Geezer. Oh, we are in Geezer. Okay, so he's in the next position for crossing the finish line. That's how much space is between the top 3 and the rest of the pack. That's so who we got next? M Royal. His Giant flips. Oh, and now we start the countdown for 8 seconds. And that's it. Who didn't DNF? Oh, so we had 3 DNFs. One being the fastest lap, man. This was a great start to the to the Sprunk Xtreme 1 Cup Championship. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. We're going to see you in the next race. If you want to join us, check us out. See you soon.